It's from the Brigadier. He's in trouble again. And it's time to say goodbye to all of you. But I'll be seeing you again very soon. Next Saturday, in fact. Goodbye.
First on BBC One, Doctor Who faces a new adversary in a new 4-part adventure.
Hey, listen, Willie. With tomorrow's supply contract, can you not send over a few haggis? The chef you have here doesn't kind of first thing about. Willie? Hello, Willie, can you hear me? Over. This is Charlie Rake to Hibernian Control. Are you receiving? I say again, Charlie Rake to Hibernian Control. Do you read me? Over.
Forward. There we are. Follow me. Good morning.
Are you wanting a lift?
Hey, listen to that. That's how Ryan gets at it again. Okay, take her.
3 rigs destroyed in a month. 2 of them ours, General.
Brigadier, actually.
Well, Brigadier, my company's lost millions.
The government is equally concerned, I can assure you, Mr. Huckle. And more especially about the loss of life.
If this keeps up, pretty soon there won't be a man left willing to work out there. Do we have to put up with this hullabaloo?
I'm afraid we've rather imposed ourselves on the landlord. If he wants to play his pipes, there's not much I can do about it. Ah, Mr. Benson, any news of the doctor yet?
No, sir, nothing yet.
They ought to have materialized by now. Mr. Benton.
Sir?
Is this thing still working?
As far as I know, sir, yes.
You get on well with the landlord, don't you?
Well, yes, sir, I suppose I do.
We'll use your influence to get him to play the pipes when we're out, will you?
Right, sir. Well, there's the doctor now, sir.
Good Lord. the man in the driving seat?
Him. That's the Duke of Forgill, the local big shot. He doesn't make things easy. He owns just about everything in this part of Scotland except our shore base. Frankly, he doesn't like us, not one little bit.
Oh, welcome back, Doctor.
I want to know one thing, Brigadier. What's that?
That, Doctor, is a kilt.
Suits you very well.
Oh, do you think so?
Yes.
This is His Grace, the Duke of Forgill. He very kindly gave us a lift.
I had to pass here on my way to the oil base.
To see me.
To see you, Mr. Hickle.
Huckle.
To complain yet again about your roughnecks trespassing and poaching on my property.
My men have been warned, sir. If any of them are caught, they'll be dismissed immediately.
Well, let me give you a final warning. If my gilly catches them on my land again, they'll be shot. And that's no idle threat, Mr. Hickle.
I'll be expecting you, Brigadier.
Yes, Mr. Huckle.
I trust the army isn't going to help those people. Is that why you were sent here?
No, sir, we're a military investigation team.
Investigating what?
I'm afraid our mission is a sensitive matter, sir.
Official secrets and all that twaddle, eh? Well, I won't pry. Although my family have served this country for 7 centuries, but that seems not to count these days, does it? A good day to you.
What an odd man. Rather medieval in his ideas.
A man of convictions.
All the same, he did save us a long walk, sir.
Anyway, it's nice to see you again, Brigadier.
And you, Miss Smith.
I didn't expect to see you in a kilt.
My dear Miss Smith, as you'll remember, my name is Lethbridge Stewart. The Clan Stewart.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were doing a doctor.
What an absurd idea.
Brigadier. Why have you called me back? I hope you've got a very good reason.
All 3 rigs were in this area. Therefore, it seems to us...
Brigadier. Have you brought me 270 million miles just to sort out a little trouble at sea?
3 serious disasters,
When I
Doctor.
left the psionic beam with you, Brigadier, I said it was only to be used in an emergency.
This is an emergency.
Or an emergency? Ha! It's about time the people who run this planet of yours realize that to be dependent upon a mineral slime just doesn't make sense. Now, the energizing of hydrogen...
Doctor, the destruction of these rigs is a complete mystery. Do you want more men to die?
No. Very well. When do we start?
The oil company. We're paying them a visit this afternoon.
Here's a preliminary medical report on the condition of the bodies. They died the same way as the others. Exposure and drowning.
Yeah, so I heard, Mr. Huckle. There's quite a few crush injuries.
The rig collapsed.
I think I'd better take a look at these, sir.
Yes, good idea, Sullivan. You cut off to the sick bay and we'll see you back at headquarters.
All right, sir.
I'll come with you as far as the village. I can talk to some of the local people, see what I can find out, okay? See you later.
Bye, Doctor.
You know, these things always remind me of 3-legged spiders in Wellington boots.
Correction. Concrete boots. Thousands of tons of it. Those babies are meant to be unsinkable.
Yes, so was the Bismarck, and we all know that story.
We spent a fortune proving the Waverley Field geologically sound. Everything is constantly checked for stability. Winds, tides, the slightest movement of the
You
seabed.
say these radio blackouts have happened before?
Each time a rig has disappeared.
And no strange craft in the area, nothing suspicious?
Difficult to be sure. It was at night. The radio picked up some strange sound, but as far as we know, the sea was calm and empty.
Maybe calm, but it's never empty.
That's right. I'm Angus Ferguson McRanald. My family's been in these parts for generations.
Really? Well, they tell me in the village, Mr. McRanald, that besides being the best piper for miles around, you also have second sight.
Well, I'm the 7th son of a 7th son. You know that fella with you, the doctor? He looks like a man who might see round a few corners himself.
Quite a few. Oh, now that's a fine-looking head.
Ah, he owns a 12-pointer. Brought down by the Duke of Forgill himself. Gave it to the inn just this last week.
He's a rather strange man, the Duke, isn't he?
Would you think so, miss? You know, I would deem it a favour if you'd remember that he is the McRanald, my clan chief.
Of course. No, it was just that... Well, after he picked us up in his car, he never spoke a word all the way to the village.
Oh, well, it's true he's no the Duke I remember. He's been a different man since the oil companies came.
He seemed to blame everything on the oil company.
All his servants have left to go and work for them. I've said Forgill Castle's a cold, empty house these days. Wouldn't care to set foot in it myself. That's a fact.
The local people say you had a vision of disaster for the oil company.
Do they now? You seem to have done a fair bit of clacking in the village, my dear.
Is it true?
I'm no saying. But only bad luck comes to them that settle by Tulloch Moor.
Really? Why?
The moor's a strange, murky sort of place. When the mist comes down, it's like the steam for a witch's cauldron. Nobody from these parts will cross the moor after dark.
Oh, Mr. McRanald. Now, that's just superstition, surely.
Call it that, if you like.
Well, has anything ever happened to anyone up there?
Aye. There was a man, a foreigner, from the Black Isle, stayed at this very inn. He went out in the moor. Was never seen again.
Oh, he left without paying his bill, did he? When did this happen, anyway?
1922. Then there was the case of the Jemison boys, although that was a wee while ago.
Okay. What happened to them?
It was, let me see, 1870. They went out cutting peat, and the mist came down. Donald just disappeared. They found the older brother, Robert, 2 days later, wandering about off his head. His eyes were terrible to see. For the rest of his life, he never spoke again. Take my word for it, my dear. There are ancient mysteries here. Evil spirits haunt Tulloch Moor.
Maybe. But I'm certain of one thing, Mr. McRanald. Evil spirits don't destroy oil rigs.
I was on the rig.
It's all right, old chap. Don't worry. I'll have you in hospital in no time.
Too late. We didn't have a chance.
What do you mean? What happened?
Suddenly came at us. Smashed the rig to pieces.
What did?
If you're interested, the brig's on the quayside watching wreckage being brought ashore. Thought that'd interest you. He's being very secretive. If you ask me, he's wasting his time. Oh, yes, might as well forget about security in Tulloch. Landlord here's got second sight.
You know what he was playing? Flowers of the Forest. A lament for the dead.
is that thing you're fiddling with?
It's part of a radio probe system used for checking localized jamming.
Well, what if that gets jammed too? Hello, Fox, in! Harry's been shot.
Strength. Diastolic reading 703. Increase the sonic cool tone by 3 remars. Increase the tone 3 remars. Contact power. Check directional pulse. Pulse correct to within 1 Earth mile. Closing.
Say again. Over.
Hibernian control. This is number 3, Ben Nevis Street. Over.
Gotcha, Ben Nevis. Loud and clear. How are things out there? Morale okay? Over.
Everything is fine. Any news of your investigations? Over.
Nothing much. Brigadier.
Hello? Hello? Hibernian control, this is number 3 ring. Are you receiving me? I say again, are you receiving me? Over.
Again. Ben Nevis. Ben Nevis, are you there? Are you there? Over.
Has he said anything?
No.
What, nothing at all?
No. He's still in shock. The bullet grazed his skull.
Harry? Harry, can you hear me? Harry, it's the doctor. Can you hear me?
Is he all right?
No, he's not. He's got a scalp wound. He should be all right, but he needs time.
Yes, well, time is the last thing we have, Doctor. Another rig's just been destroyed. What? The Ben Nevis rig, 15 miles west of the Prince Charlie. 40 men aboard, completely vanished.
Same pattern?
Exactly the same. First of all, radio blackout, and then that extraordinary sound. Now, Mr. Huckle's going mad.
I'll come back with you.
Well, I'll stay with Harry, then I can call you if there's any improvement.
Good girl.
Harry? Harry, it's me, Sarah.
I think you should let him rest. He is under sedation, you know.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
What's that? Part of the wreckage from the Prince Charlie. It's been curiously marked. Look.
Mr. Benson, nip into the sick bay, will you, and fetch some plaster of Paris.
What, sir?
Paris. They'll have some to spare.
Okay, Doctor.
I'm very curious.
Doctor, do you mind telling us exactly what you're doing?
A little experiment in orthodontology, Mr. Huckle.
Orthodontology?
Teeth. Teeth. The scientific study of teeth. It's the cast of a tooth, wouldn't you say?
Teeth? Doctor, you can't be serious.
Teeth are very serious things, Mr. Huckle.
Look, let's get this straight. Are you trying to tell me those rigs were chewed up by a set of giant molars?
Yes. A set of giant molars that can chew through solid steel as easily as paper.
Were you suggesting that we're dealing with some kind of sea monster?
Yes. A monster of frightening size and power.
This one they call the Doctor is a threat to us. Already he has found out too much. He must be destroyed.
Sir.
Yes?
Sir.
It's all right, Harry. It's all right.
There's a man
What is it?
on the ring.
What are you trying to say? Oh, Sister Lamond, I didn't hear you. He's coming round.
Dr. Sullivan, how are you feeling?
Harry, what did you find out? Did Monroe tell you anything?
Monroe.
The man on the beach, the man who was shot.
The rig.
Yes?
The rig was shaking. Falling.
And then what, Harry? Keep trying. I'm going to call the doctor.
It's all right, Dr. Sullivan. You're quite safe. Your worries are over now. You're going to be very well looked after.
She says he's recovering. Good. Good. Has he said anything?
Well, he's starting to speak. I think there's something he wants to tell us.
The rig was smashed to pieces. Nothing left. Monroe in the water. Struggling. Cold. Exposed. Keep it on.
No, I'll be right over. And Sarah...
Better keep his recovery dark for the moment.
Why? Do you think Harry's still in danger from something?
No, I'll be right over. And Sarah...
Better keep his recovery dark for the moment.
Why? Do you think Harry's still in danger from something?
Sarah!
What's happened? Mr. Benton, get to the sick bay.
Right.
No, I was only gone for a few minutes. When I got back, he disappeared. But the window was open.
And no Miss Smith?
No. Dr. Sullivan was beginning to talk. I thought she ought to hear. She was nowhere to be found in the corridor, so I went over to Hut 4.
Mr. Benton?
Doctor?
Get some men over here and search the area.
Right.
You might be wandering on the moors. Where's the telephone?
I'll show you. I found the receiver hanging on its cord. I thought it odd at the time.
No one else on duty?
Only me.
Where does this lead?
Through there is the decompression unit for our divers. But it's always kept locked. I'll try the dispensary.
It's only me. It's only me.
I was talking to you. And this thing, it just suddenly appeared.
What is this place? Why have you brought me here?
You could be of value.
What are you?
I am Proton, warlord of the Zygons.
Zygons?
A name humans will learn to fear.
Where have you come from?
Centuries ago, by your time scale, our craft was damaged. We landed here to await rescue. Recently, we learned that our world had been destroyed in a stellar explosion. We can never return.
So now we must make this planet ours.
But why? I mean, why must you
All
take...
resistance will be crushed. We shall change the destiny of Earth. Observe. In your terminology, human, the ultimate weapon.
Doctor, I can't breathe.
Shut up and save your breath.
How did you bring that creature to the Earth?
As an embryo, the Scarasan is our life source. We Zygons depend upon its lactic fluid for survival.
Mammals. If that thing's destroyed, then you die too.
None of your puny human weapons can affect the Scarasan. Our technology is supreme.
Our nuclear missile.
Would be mere pinpricks. We have converted the Scarasan into an armored cyborg of devastating power. Nothing can stand against us. Nothing.
Keep looking into my eyes. Keep looking into my eyes. You don't need to breathe. Do not breathe. Do not breathe. You feel no pain. No pain. You feel nothing. You understand? You understand? Nothing. You feel nothing.
Corporal?
Sir?
I'm still waiting for that liaison report. You're still in touch with the Coast Guard?
Sir.
Right, I want a 24-hour watch kept on every inch of this coastline.
Sir.
If the doctor's right, if there is some sort of sea monster out there attacking the rigs, we've got to be ready for anything.
Sir.
It could decide to come inland.
Sir.
Can't you say anything else but sir?
Sorry, sir. Fletcher's squad have reached McNabb Point. They're setting up a listening watch now.
Good. Any news of the doctor yet?
No, sir. Hey.
Devil?
Here! They're in here. We've got to get this door open. Find the others. Tell them we found them. Doctor? Doctor?
It worked, Mr. Benton.
What worked?
Why are you whispering?
Oh, what worked, Doctor?
Oh, just a trick I picked up from a Tibetan monk. Don't touch her. Could be fatal to break the spell incorrectly.
Brigadier? What the? Brigadier! Brigadier!
I just don't get it. Everyone in the village is affected. They seem to have been drugged or something.
Gassed.
Gassed?
Yes, some kind of nerve gas affects the higher consciousness.
Will he be okay?
Oh, yes.
But who... I mean, why would anyone want to knock out the entire village?
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does. Someone or something wanted to pass this way unseen. You still on duty, Mr. Benton?
Well, yes, I am.
Then get outside and scout around. Is it possible?
Commander Broden, the doctor and the female human have just driven into the village.
Explain! I don't understand, Commander. They were dying when I left them. Then you left too early.
All right, Corporal, all right. All right.
Doctor, I brought this over to show to the Brigadier. What do you make of it?
Interesting. Where did you get it?
It was found amongst the wreckage.
They have the trilanic activator. It must be recovered. Take the human out and prepare him for use.
Where are you taking me?
Mr. Huckle, this is a signal device.
For this thing you reckon's chewing up the oil rigs?
Correct.
You are too clever, Doctor. Clever and dangerous.
Where are you taking me?
We need your body print. Selected humans provide us with body prints. A Zygon device doubtless beyond your understanding.
Are they dead?
No. See this one? A worthless creature known as the Gaper. Now, watch.
That's impossible.
We have the power to turn ourselves into replicas of your unpleasant form, whenever it is necessary.
If one of these was clamped to each of the rigs about to be attacked. Ah! Perhaps he'd emit some kind of primeval mating call.
Just after I got here, I heard some kind of animal bellowing out there.
Well, what kind of animal?
I didn't see it, Miss Smith, and I could tell you, I didn't go looking.
But my theory is correct. We're going to have to handle this very, very carefully.
Yeah. Well, if there's anything I can do...
No, thank you, Mr. Huckle. This could be very valuable. You've done enough, thank you.
Okay. But watch yourself, Doctor, eh? You too, Miss Smith.
Don't worry.
You guys all right?
Yeah, better.
Hey, he's coming round.
Ah, Doctor, there you are. What was I doing on the floor?
You've been asleep, Brigadier.
Asleep? Possible, I was on duty. There are times, Doctor, when you do talk absolute nonsense. Excuse me.
Never seen anything like that before. Go and fetch the doctor and the brigadier.
Right, you take us there. Sarah?
Yeah?
You stay here in case Harry turns up.
Right.
Come on.
Excellent. Now the female human is alone.
Exactly what could have caused injuries like that, Doctor?
Something very big and very heavy.
And very savage.
Harry!
Hello?
What do you mean, hello? Are you all right? What happened to you?
Nothing. I escaped.
Escaped? Escaped from where? Where are you going with that?
The doctor asked me to collect it.
Did he? Well, when did you see him?
It's not important.
Hey, just a minute. Harry! We've got to find him. Let's split up. Harry?
Strange. The response monitor on the human indicates an autonomous reflex. Impossible. Unless something has happened to Madra, test the synchron response.
There is no synchron response, Commander.
Madra has been eliminated. Immediate molecular dispersal. The humans must not take him. Immediate dispersal.
it's there.
Yes, but how does it work? If we knew that, at least we'd be able to destroy it. Still, thanks to you, we've still got it.
Yeah. Well, you know what worries me is how they, whoever they are, whatever they are, knew we had it.
Meaning?
Meaning, I think we're being watched.
Yes. You know, Brigadier, it does seem as if they know our moves in advance.
A spy? You're not suggesting that one of us is really one of them?
Why not? It's possible. We now know they have the power to turn themselves into facsimile human beings.
Like Harry?
Yes.
I think it's more likely they've got some form of electronic surveillance.
A bug?
A bug.
Mr. Benton? I want every part of this building checked for bugs, understand?
Right, sir.
Units of the Doctor must be destroyed. Totally destroyed. Program the skeleton to attack.
Is that wise, Commander? If we reveal our presence on this planet...
I will not tolerate argument.
Doctor? It moved. I saw it move.
Of course. Part artifact, part organic. She's right, Brigadier.
Is that its signal?
Yes.
And that means that this thing, whatever it is on its way?
Yes.
I see. Well, I'd better get our machine gun set up.
Machine guns may not be enough, Brigadier.
Then what do you suggest?
There's only one course still open to us. I'll try and draw it off while you get a fix on its activating signal. We must find its base, Brigadier.
Right, Doctor. Corporal, get that
You're taking
chart.
an awful risk, Doctor. You don't know how fast this thing can move.
Doesn't know how fast I can move.
Bearing 230.
230. And the other bearing was?
165, sir.
165. That makes it just about here. About 6 or 7 miles from here. Loch Ness.
Monster.
visual contact. The reciprocator was attached to the doctor, so he too must be dead. Excellent. Recall the Scarazan and take that creature away.
What are you all doing here?
Brigadier's orders, Mr. McRonald. We're looking for bugs.
Oh, bugs, is it? Well, you can tell your brigadier from me that this is a clean house.
Yes, well, it's not that sort of bug we were looking for. Microphones?
You're all mad. Who'd be hiding microphones here?
Yes, well, you better ask the Brigadier that.
Here, now, mind what you're doing with that bed warmer. It's said to belong to the Duke of Cumberland.
Yeah, we believe you. Jackson, check the window area, will you?
Sergeant Major, you're all wasting your time.
Yes, well, you never know, so if you don't mind, we'll carry on looking.
Here in Tulloch, we don't need any clever contraptions to tell us what people are up to. Everybody knows everybody else's business. It's a matter of principle.
Yes, and you in advance with your second sight, eh?
Don't touch that. It was a gift from the Duke of Forgan.
All right, Mr. McRonald. Keep your hair on.
Have that monitor link removed.
Immediately, Commander.
Yes. The cyborg overstepped its mark, luckily for me.
Cyborg? Then you identified the creature.
Cyborg is a hybrid creature, Brigadier. Half animal, half machine. Must be very interesting.
Who? The cyborgs?
No, whoever's controlling them. Did you locate their base?
The signals seem to be coming from Loch Ness, Doctor, if that's possible.
Yes, it is possible. Ready, Brigadier?
Ready for what?
To visit the Duke. We're going to Forgill Castle.
Sharp.
Your Grace. I really don't think we should just walk in unannounced.
Well, there's nobody to announce us, is there?
Oh, most of the staff have left and gone to work for the oil company, and I can't say I blame them.
My family has served this country for 7 centuries, but that seems not to count these days. Ah, there you are.
Perhaps you'd explain this intrusion.
Nobody opened the front door.
I see. You have some reason for calling?
Yes.
Well?
Brigadier?
Yes?
Well, tell him.
Oh, yes. Well, sir, the fact is...
The fact is what?
We have reason to believe there's something rather unusual in the loch.
Loch Ness?
Yes, sir.
Don't tell me you found the monster.
As it happens, Your Grace, that's just what we do need.
I do believe you're serious.
We are. Very.
Depth charges?
With your Grace's permission, as you own part of the shoreline...
You can't explode depth charges in Loch Ness.
I'm afraid it's the only answer, sir. This creature must be destroyed.
Doctor, are you a party to this militaristic nonsense?
I'm not a party to any kind of nonsense, Your Grace.
There's no proof, there never has been any actual proof that the monster exists.
Oh, of course it exists. It chased the doctor half across Tulloch Moor.
And we believe it's been destroying these oil rigs.
Loch Ness is 7 miles from the coast. Are you suggesting it walks over land without being seen?
An underground river?
No, Doctor. Loch Ness is 50 feet above sea level.
I know, Your Grace, I know. But there's a subterranean channel leading from Loch Ness to the Devil's Punch Bowl, a small loch near the village. It's near the sea and would make a useful back door for the monster, wouldn't you say?
I've never heard such nonsense. Are you seriously suggesting that the creature commutes between here and the North Sea whenever it feels like it?
Whenever it's ordered to. We know it's controlled by a signal system.
Controlled? By whom?
Aliens.
Whom?
I know it sounds improbable, sir, but we do have evidence.
Improbable? It's utterly, totally absurd. Aliens.
I know exactly how you feel, sir. Before I joined UNIT, I was highly skeptical about these things.
You're all utterly unhinged. Must be. Aliens. With wireless sets.
Well, it takes all sorts to make a galaxy, Your Grace.
Oh, hello, Sister Lavin. It's a while since we've seen you. How are you?
Never better, Mr. McRonald. What are you doing?
Oh, well, the English soldier reckoned they were being bugged, and sure enough, I think I found it. Though how on earth anybody could have fixed this here?
Men, and quickly. Hold it. Come on. Okay, men, spread out quietly. Right, contact the Brigadier. Tell him we've got one of these aliens trapped.
Sir. Half these books are devoted to the subject of the monster. There have been reported sightings since the Middle Ages. Now you're saying that aliens have been living under the loch for centuries?
Yes, I'm saying exactly that.
Then why have they suddenly become aggressive?
Something to do with the oil, perhaps?
Not perhaps, yes. For hundreds of years, the monster's been able to cross Tulloch Moor unseen. Then the oil company built a base right in its
Absolute fantasy.
causing it to make a detour around the village. Which is why its masters released nerve gas and why you went to sleep, Brigadier.
Forgill.
Well, that still doesn't seem a good enough reason to start attacking oil rigs, Doctor.
Well, perhaps not in itself, maybe. But their plans may have changed recently, who knows?
Lethbridge Stewart.
Yes? Oh, thank you. Yes. Well, they have. Splendid. Where? Right, we'll come over straight away. Benton's got one of those creatures cornered, Doctor.
Good. Task for you, Sarah.
Yes?
Do you mind if my assistant looks through your library?
Not at all. Listen, you stop trying to keep me out of things.
Not so, Sarah. You might find a valuable lead. I want you to check any reference to McCrannell Bay and the Devil's Punch Bowl.
I'll see you out.
Thank you, sir. Good hunting, Miss Smith.
Why do I always get the dirty jobs?
Sister, what are you doing here?
I was told somebody had been injured.
Not injured, killed.
Killed? Who?
Angus, the landlord. Hey, you've hurt yourself.
It's not important.
Let me see.
Nursing, sister?
Yes, sir. Seen driving off. The man that was clobbered didn't know these creatures could change.
And neither did this poor fellow, apparently. But he didn't tell us what he was up to.
Obviously, he was bug hunting.
Sorry, I'm not with you.
Haven't you noticed? This is where it was hidden, do you see? Forgill brought this down, didn't he?
The Duke?
Doctor, you're not suggesting His Grace is involved in this?
Why not? We know that these creatures can change. He may not be the real Duke.
Great Scott. And we left Miss Smith alone at the castle.
What are those large books up there?
Monastic records. There has been a monastery on this site from the 11th century onwards.
Really? Can I have a look?
Certainly. I trust you can read medieval Latin.
Oh, that's a point. Have you never sighted this monster yourself?
That would be impossible. It doesn't exist.
Yet there are all these books on the subject.
There is no limit to human credulity, Miss Smith.
Your Grace?
Ah, Caleb. Our young guest is delving into the mysteries of the past. Fetch her the steps, would you?
Very good, Your Grace.
Caber. Unusual name.
It's a nickname. He's a Highland Games champion. I doubt that you'll be able to pronounce his real name. It's very Gaelic.
No, I don't suppose I could.
And now, if you'd excuse me.
Of course. Thank you for being so kind.
Not at all.
Can't reach.
must have gone into the ship.
She's more intelligent than I thought. We'll take order below and alert the crew. The girl must be found and destroyed.
Well, come on, open the door. Look, Sarah, we've got to get out of here. Sorry, look, put your hand on the panel.
Is it you?
What do you mean, is it me?
Is it really you?
Well, of course it... What on earth's the matter with you, old girl?
Right, this is you
because...
Soon we shall revert to our noble form.
Good. I loathe this abomination of a body.
All clear, I think they've gone. But let's find the dock and brig fast.
Sarah?
Place is deserted.
Something's happened.
Wait a minute. Blood.
Brigadier! We found the aliens. They've got a spaceship under the lock.
We're going to need reinforcements.
And that's not all. The Duke we met is an imposter. He's one of them.
Is he?
Doctor!
Hello.
What about you two?
What do you mean? What about us?
It's nice to see you. Does this lead to the spaceship?
Oh, yes, but be careful.
Oh, come on, Doctor. There's no time to lose.
Make one move, and the Doctor dies.
What the devil are they?
These are Zygons.
What have you done to the doctor?
Nothing as yet. We are leaving and taking him with us.
You told me your spaceship was crippled, Broton. You said you could never return to your planet.
Instead, we shall become the rulers of yours. Destroying the oil rigs was only beginning. A trial of strength for the Scarsan. The big event is yet to come.
It's a switch. It's here somewhere.
What do we do now, sir?
Don't worry, Sullivan. We're not beaten yet.
Load! Standing by, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bent.
Well, what about the doctor?
I know, Miss Smith. We'll explode the first couple high. That'll bring them to the surface. Get on with it, Mr. Benton.
Sounds like the Brigadier.
We're attacked. Prepare for flight.
And another.
Out! Fire!
Report.
Main systems functional.
Maximum range.
700 Earth miles.
At least they'll know we mean business.
Activate Dynacon thrust.
Going somewhere, are we?
Brigadier, listen.
Become a habit.
What do you mean?
I thought the plan was to conquer the world.
The plan has not changed.
But you can't rule the world in hiding. You've got to come out onto the balcony sometimes and wave a tentacle. If you'll pardon the expression.
In a few hours, there will be no further need of secrecy. Have no doubt, Doctor.
Greyhound leader to Trap 1. Emergency alert to all radar stations. Alien spacecraft heading south from Loch Ness. Second, alert strike command. But warn them there is to be no attack. I repeat, no attack until further orders. Have our aircraft standing by at Inverness for immediate return to London HQ. That is all. Out.
Brigadier, before leaving, we should search that castle.
Oh, why? There's nobody there now.
Oh, no, but we might find something that'll tell us where the Zygons have gone.
Oh, what they're up to. Yes. Worth looking, I suppose. All right, I'll drop you two at the castle. Get in.
Broton, didn't he give you any idea of what he's planning?
Not a clue, Sarah. Some grand gesture of destruction, I expect. Cosmic firework display, perhaps.
Well, definitely bigger than oil rigs.
If I don't find out what opens this thing, I'll go mad.
Yes, well, as long as you don't change into a Zygon.
What? Oh, I give up, old girl. Come on, let's get back to it.
Just a minute, just a minute.
I don't think you're going to find any scandal.
No, listen. The Duke is chieftain of the Antlers Association, trustee of the Golden Haggis Lucky Dip, whatever that might be, and president of the Scottish Energy Commission.
Sarah, we're wasting time.
Agreed.
We have a suitable landing zone. Prepare for descent.
Reducing Dynacon thrust. Dynacon thrust at phase 2.
Initiate descent trajectory.
Descending now.
Complete touchdown procedure.
Lost contact?
I'm afraid so, sir, yes.
What, all of them?
Okay, thanks. Well, they tell us there's a complete blackout all over the country, sir. No radar working anywhere. London seem to think it's some sort of jamming device.
I see. Well, we'll just have to hope that somebody spots them. All right, carry on, Mr. Benton.
Right, sir.
Ah, Sullivan, Miss Smith, you're only just in time.
It's a very, very long walk, sir.
Yes, well, we're heading back to London. Advance party's just left. Did you find anything of the castle?
No, nothing.
Any news of the spacecraft, sir?
It was last reported heading south over Leicestershire, and then they lost it. We've also had a report of a large underwater object travelling south at high speed.
Guess what?
How far from the target is the Scarazan now? 152 Earth miles. It is approaching the mouth of the estuary. That is close enough. Sever contact. The reciprocator will bring it to the target from that range.
Social call?
You admire our technology, human.
Well, I'm not human, and I've seen better.
Better than this.
Very good, very good. Almost impressive. But why bother?
It is necessary to activate a body print every few hours, otherwise the ritual pattern dies and cannot be used again.
Ah. So you still have a use for the real Duke?
One.
Formal occasion?
Perhaps.
I gather we've landed. Where are we?
You like asking questions?
Well, it's the only way to learn. When does this great operation begin, this conquest of the world?
Phase 1 is already complete.
Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do with it when you've got it? Isn't it a bit large for just about 6 of you?
Other Zygons are on their way. When our planet was destroyed in a recent catastrophe, a great refugee fleet was assembled.
And they're coming here at your invitation?
Exactly, Doctor. It will be many centuries before the fleet arrives. In that time, the whole of this Earth must be restructured.
I'll say one thing for you, Broton. You think big.
Polar ice caps must go, the mean temperature raised several degrees, thousands of lakes with the right mineral elements constructed. I shall recreate my own planet here on Earth.
Using forced labor?
That is my intention. Human labor and Zygon technology. The task is challenging, and not impossible.
You're underestimating human beings, Broton.
We shall see. Tomorrow, I demonstrate my ultimate power.
It's been hours now. Not a word from anywhere.
Oh, don't worry, miss. Something's bound to happen. I mean, they've got to make a move soon, haven't they?
It's the doctor I'm worried about. Could be dead for all we know.
Oh, come on. If I know the doctor, he's most likely working out a way to escape right at this minute.
Yes, I know that. It's just not hearing anything. Any news?
Nothing on the spaceship. But we've had another report of that underwater object. It's been sighted off the coast. The Navy are sending some frigates from Chatham.
Unit headquarters. Who? Oh, yes, he's here. Just a moment, please. It's for you, sir. The Prime Minister.
Lethbridge Stewart speaking. Oh, absolutely understood, madam. No public announcement. Yes, madam. Discreet action. Discreet but resolute action.
Right. Now for the big question. Is half power lethal?
A relay must have jammed in the diastolic circuit.
Oh, Commander. The circuit panel is in order.
Trace a source, quick. We must stop that transmission.
Sir, I think this is it.
Rainer, just jam the door. It's the doctor.
It's the doctor. I know it is.
Well, I've checked the triangulation, sir, and I make it about here.
Just beyond Brentford. A disused quarry. We've got him, Mr. Benton. Right, let's move out.
Is he dead?
Yes, Commander. The power destroyed him.
It is well. I underestimated his intelligence, but he underestimated the power of organic crystallography. Come, it is almost time for me to leave.
I'm alive.
Distance?
The Scarson is 50 Earth miles away, Commander.
Excellent. It is time for me to place the activator on the target. Humanity is at our feet. Who are you?
His Grace the Duke of Forgill, I presume?
Yes. Where the blazes am I?
On a spaceship.
Spaceship? In 2 minutes, close down diastatic transmission and maintain monitor contact.
Understood, Commander.
Open the escape hatch. When phase 2 is completed, I shall broadcast my demands to the world.
We've got to lure the Zygons out of the control room somehow. This is also a fire sensor. If I can heat it sufficiently, it'll... Quick! Back into our alcoves. We'll soon see how good that fire drill is. That vacuum mechanism to jam the door. This one. Yes, that one, man. Get on with it. Is that broken enough? Yes, more than enough. Right. Let's see what other damage we can do. Anybody know what this is?
I haven't the faintest idea.
You tell us.
I will. It's a self-destructor and it works like this. Right. We've got about 60 seconds before the whole ship blows up.
Was that bang big enough for you, Brigadier?
Nicely done, Doctor. Well, that's the end of the Zygons, eh?
Not entirely. Broton escaped and he still has control of the monster. He plans to attack some target in London.
Close to the Thames, huh?
Exactly. And this time it'll be something really spectacular.
I've just remembered. When I spoke to the PM earlier, she was about to leave for Stanbridge House. And that's on the river.
What's happening there?
The 4th International Energy Conference. The place will be full of VIPs from all over the world. It's a meeting of crucial importance.
Ah.
That could be it, Brigadier. Yes, but he'd need a pass to get in. The security is very tight.
But he'll have a pass. The Duke, the real Duke, is president of the Scottish Energy Commission.
That's right, I am.
Well, come on. Let's get to London.
Tell the Brigadier the monster's been sighted again. It'll be at Stanbridge House in another 4 minutes. I repeat, another 4 minutes. Over.
Three and a half minutes, Doctor, and still no sign of Broton in the conference hall.
Well, he was checked into the building. What's behind the conference hall?
Catering section and river terrace.
You search there. Sarah and I'll take the cellar.
Not much light.
Maybe somebody should tell the Energy Congress.
Stay there.
I thought you were dead.
Loose thinking, Broton.
This time, I shall make certain.
Get the Brigadier. Broton, your spaceship's been destroyed. This building is surrounded by soldiers.
I control the Starasan. I can destroy this planet or become its master. That is the choice I offer your world. Will destroy you all.
Doctor!
The signal device, quickly. Broton's hidden it in this room somewhere. Brigadier, evacuate the building. The monster will tear the place down to get the device.
Right. Thurston, with me.
Quiet, both of you. Listen. I can almost feel it. The monster must be allowed to destroy it.
Something I can do for him.
As for this one,
Sarah, I think we've been left behind.
Harry, you're right.
control device.
Who's chewing it?
It's going back under the surface.
He'll go home now he's eaten the device.
Home?
Loch Ness, Harry. The only home he knows.
Tell me, I imagine the whole business caused quite a stir.
No, the Cabinet's accepted my report and the whole affair is now completely closed.
You mean it never happened?
Well, a 50-foot monster can't swim up the Thames and attack a large building without some people noticing. But you know what politicians are like.
Yes, quite. By the way, as I was coming to meet you people, I could swear I caught a glimpse of the monster in the loch.
But you're not sure.
The sun was in my eyes. Now, where is this contraption of yours?
My contraption, Your Grace, is this way, I think. Follow me. Come on.
That's the TARDIS.
Yes, that's the TARDIS. And I'm going to pilot it all the way to London. I can be there 5 minutes ago.
Just a minute, Doctor. I thought you couldn't do that.
Of course I can. Coming?
No, thank you.
I think I'll stick to Intercity this time, Doctor.
Sarah? No?
All right. Providing we do go straight back to London.
Oh, yes. Oh, we will. I promise.
Did they have return tickets?
Yes, I imagine so.
You should have taken them and got your refund, man. I thought you were a Scotsman.